Thanks. And the official start of the season, Chris. Is there any opening day for you that sticks out in the many years you played in the NBA?
One opening game, and I don't remember who we played, but I know it was with Allen Iverson. And AI and I had meetings before the season, and we were talking about just how much we wanted to win. We knew we were coming up on the end of our careers, or I remember never entering a preseason with so much hope because I knew that he was in, I knew that I was in, and we knew that we both wanted it so bad. So I think we both scored 30 or did something crazy like that. I don't remember, but coming out with him that preseason was so special because I knew we were going to set the tone for how our team was going to play, and we were engaged that year.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Bjelica is out there with Giles. Then there's Bogdanovich. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Joseph in at the point guard position. And for Memphis, they've got Anderson. He's out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Morant is out there with Brooks. And it's Melton in at the 2. Morant. Barnes grabs the miss. Bogdanovich looking around. Shoots the 3, and Harrison Barnes hits from deep.
I've always respected Barnes' ability to hit from downtown. So important for wing players in today's NBA.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Kicks to Valanciunas. The pass to Melton. 5 to shoot. Unloads from 9. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, he's a sensational offensive rebounder. Valanciunas, he just has the nose for where to be when shots go up.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Barnes against Brooks. And that one's good, Barnes. Barnes has got his second basket of the night.
Oh, the muscle and focus on display right there. Barnes, not easy trying to distract him from there.
Morant passes to Brooks. Here's Melton. Memphis moving that ball around. Count the basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Giles. He's coming off a 19-point game against Oklahoma City. And here's Barnes for 3. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Here's Morant. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. To the right side. And here's Joseph for 3. Good on the triple.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that. But either way, it's a tough shot.
Now here's Morant. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Melton feeling it out a bit. 6 on the shot clock. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Oh, yeah, difficult finish, but if you expected him to back down, you better think again.
Now here's Barnes. 5 points in the game. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Melton. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Melton, no good. Sacramento's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. That's a 2 from Barnes. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. And that's now 7 points for Barnes. And here's Morant. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Out to Brooks. No one near him. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, this is why Morant's teammates love to play alongside of him. I mean, exceptional vision, and he's incredibly unselfish.
Barnes outside. Passes it to Giles. Pass to Joseph from the arc. That one doesn't go. And Memphis the other way now.
Yeah, Kevin, the front office shakeup this summer for the Grizzlies. Now, the new leadership wants to take more of a long-term, proactive approach to things.
Here's Melton. 9 points last game out. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And many fans in Memphis had hoped for a change. But, Chris, they still had some question marks with this new leadership.
Yeah, Kevin, that's because they're relatively young and unproven. Former lawyers rather than basketball minds. But we're seeing that league-wide. Teams are going with former agents and lawyers in their front office.
And he makes the first. And it's tied up with that one.
Hey, Chris, there's a lot to like for this Kings franchise right now. Fans have got to be excited about their future.
Yeah, and credit my man Vlade in the front office for rebuilding. They got lots of great young talent, and they've kept their picks. The team should be a big factor in the West in the coming years.
Now here's Brooks. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Rockets in Houston. They now take the lead.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected.
Here's Joseph outside Bogdanovich. Knocked loose. Outside Joseph. From outside the arc. And Bogdanovich, the bucket on the assist from Joseph.
Oh, the touch, the timing. Bogdanovich loves catching the defense by surprise with the shot off the pass.
Now here's Morant. Now the pass to Melton. Memphis moving that ball around. Sinks that one from the post. Melton's got 6 points. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for Sacramento. They trail by 1. Outside, Joseph. Over to the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. And here we go. Fast break and Morant's got chalk up 2 there.
That's a high-level finish from Morant, showing more strength than he's really given credit for.
And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Alex Len's checked in for Sacramento. Buddy Hield comes in for Bogdan Bogdanovich. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Three-pointer Hield. The Grizzlies pull it in. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Kings. That one was played in Sacramento.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
You think about how many minutes that cost their starters. No question that had an impact on such a close game.
Unable to get that one. Nice D from Brooks. Here's Jackson. Second chance shot, and Anderson gets it to go. Anderson's got his second basket of the game.
The work ethic shining through right there. Kyle Anderson is someone that doesn't give up on plays.
And Joseph kicks to Hield. Looking to end the run. Sacramento gets it back in a new 14. Pass to Jackson for three. The rebound by Hield. The Kings trail by 6. To the wing right side. Joseph finds Hield. Again, Hield missing.
Oh, the defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
Brooks, the pass to Anderson. And Chris in his 6th season out of UCLA. Small forward Kyle Anderson.
Well, yeah, Kevin, in his first 3 years, improving his long-range distance, shooting to over 37%. Now, it's fallen back off the last couple of seasons, but he's a smart, savvy player, and he's at his best when he's hitting shots.
And the first one drops. Well, the Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
The multi-talented Anderson, I mean, he's awesome, man. He's an awesome glue guy, if you ask me. Someone who scores, rebounds, passes, defends. I mean, name it. He does it.
To stop the drought, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Josh Jackson.
The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
First one falls for him. Greg, you look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot-up 3. Defensively, his strength gives him some versatility, just a solid contributor.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Watanabe's checked in. Barnes hits them both.
But at this stage of his career, Barnes knows who he is. He's a glue guy who does a bit of everything out there.
Pass to Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
And Jackson has got the complete package down low. Loves putting the D in a compromising position.
The first free throw is good. Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blazed the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, of just paving the way for me as a basketball player. I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. Drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach in Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives who bring an awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally, and that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give them a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally, sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
All right, it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Jones. 5 on the clock. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Farrell looking around. The pass to Barnes. Back to Farrell. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Watanabe.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Covered by Heel. To the paint. Here's Jones. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here. Well, when you think about the Kings, you know they are going to let it fly. The team is loaded up on players deadly from outside. They've adapted and embraced the long ball era.
Now here's Heald. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
Jackson against Bazemore. It's stolen by Heald. He feeds it to Len. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Oh, I like the bounce pass there. He's getting creative.
And the Grizzlies leading by 11. On the wing, Jones. He has 7. Pass to Jang. Rejected by Len. And the Kings pushing it up now. Bazemore. No one around him. That one, no good. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Outside, Jones. Back to Jackson. 6 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And they are excited about Jackson, a high motor guy with a ton of room to grow and also displays terrific leadership on both ends.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And he knocks down the first one. And he can't hit the second. And so it's Memphis enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Grizzlies enjoying a nice lead here.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
The Kings trail by 12. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. They've got Zhang. Jackson is out there with Jones. And it's Watanabe in at the four-man position. The Kings shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. The shot's good. Farrell's got the first basket of the second quarter for Sacramento.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
The feed to Zhang. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Oh, they must ramp up the effort level, the intensity level. They're making it too easy for him out there.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. So timeout called here, the first for Memphis. Hey, Chris, with Dirk retiring, who now has the best fadeaway, you think, in the game from the post position?
It's a man that stole his move. Now, he didn't need to steal it. He just added on to his game. He's a great person. He's not a thief, but he uses that one-leg kick fadeaway, and he's the same height as Dirk. Well, that's Kevin Durant, the best fadeaway in the game, period.
Towns is developing a nice one, too.
Oh, you know what? I love Towns' games inside, and what makes Towns so good is that he can fade away over the right shoulder. And you know why that makes it so tough? Because he can come over the left shoulder with a jump hook. Most guys with the best fadeaways, they have a counter that already gets you hung in on that counter, and then when you're thinking about that original move, bam, they hit you with the fadeaway.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Melton's checked in. Then for the Kings, Giles checked in for Barnes. And it's Bogdanovich in for Kent Bazemore. Passes to Melton. Trying his work from deep. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Melton's got his third basket of the night. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Len dishes to Heel. Ball's knocked loose. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Lays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Grizzlies.
And for a guy his size, Jackson has some nice handles, able to carve out there a beautiful scoring opportunity.
Now here's Heel. He has 5. Trains the three-pointer.
That's his second three-pointer of this quarter after not getting any in the first.
Outside Jackson. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Jones, the pass to Watanabe. Memphis moving that ball around. Melton, no good. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Kings. 11-point game. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Farrell can't hit. Grizzlies have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Pass to Jones. Outside Jackson. Clock at 6. Pushing it up. Here's Farrell. Drops in the breakaway layup. Farrell's got it back down to within single digits for the Kings.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
And there's the pass to Melton. Jang with the ball. Len grabs the board. Bogdanovich wide open. And the three off target.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Here's Jones. Pass to Watanabe. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. So both teams making some changes here. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. 8 points for Ja Morant.
He showed some signs of this his last year of college. I mean, Morant cannot be left alone from distance.
And Joseph kicks to Bogdanovich. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And the emphasis on mobility, a challenge for lumbering 7-footers like Valanciunas.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be the quickest when you're 7 feet tall, Kevin. I mean, in order to earn his keep, he has to be dominant inside. I mean, he has that capability.
And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Passes it to Melton. And stolen by Bogdanovich.
Well, look, he was laying in wait for that pass. I mean, lured him into his trap.
Joseph down low. Bogdanovich against Brooks. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. Again, the miss by the Kings.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Anderson against Joseph. Heel dishes to Joseph. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Let's see some of the numbers here on Buddy Hield. Good season for him last year. 7th in three-point field goal percentage. And he was top 10 in free throw percentage. Did not waste opportunities to convert at the line.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency from 3 last year, top 10 in the league, he's truly a dead-eye shooter when he gets it going.
He's been off the mark, but somehow he hasn't held them back as a team.
Bogdanovich, that's for 2, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last. And here are the Grizzlies now, leading by 12. Here's Morant. It's hauled in by the Kings.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Now here's Hield. 8 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. Trying to end the drought. Shot by Joseph, no good.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Melton, no good. So for the Kings, they come in off the loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. On the wing, Hield. Brooks covering. Here's Bogdanovich. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one's on Morant. Chris, the common thought is you don't want to be a middle-of-the-road team. You think clubs are too quick now to pull the trigger on a rebuild as opposed to giving some time to what they've got and be more patient?
Oh, are you kidding me, Kevin? Don't make me go. This is why I need a psychologist because, hey, when I was in Washington, we had myself, Rasheed Wallace, and Juwan Howard and Rod Strickland. Like, just wait a minute. Give us 1 year to try. And by the way, the Bulls won 72. We couldn't have won a championship that year anyway. And so, yeah, I think a lot of teams are short-sighted and it's based upon their expectations, and their expectations may not be based in reality.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
In Memphis, a small town, not a free agent destination, but the connection between these fans and their team really stands out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, first of all, I love Memphis. Shout out to Bill Street. Oh, man, they got some great food there, GA. I'll take it to one of my spots next time we're up there. But Memphis is known for its food and music. I mean, the MGs, as some call the Grizzlies, a treasured part of the scene.
So it's Sacramento now. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. They could use a bucket. Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Hield.
My buddy, you can't give Hield these mid-range chains. I mean, often he's going to bury them and make you look foolish.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And you see flashes of brilliance with Harry Giles. And eventually, Chris, you think he'll put it all together?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I do, Kevin. He missed so much time in both college and his entire rookie year. I mean, a little behind the curve in that regard, but the talent is clear. And there was a reason why he was once the top-rated player in this draft.
Sacramento making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. Number 1, the Kings.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
Here's Melton. He's got 9. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
I like whenever Valanciunas gives up his body to screen. I mean, this demonstrates his unselfish attitude.
For Memphis, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
Yeah, they love it.
Can you imagine Mexico? Oh, my
They'll
God. This
you
would be
better believe
great.
it.
Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans in. And what I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
First free throw is good. Both teams will make substitutions. And both free throws good for Anderson.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now here's Bazemore. Defense right on him. To the middle. And finished off by Anderson.
He's not much of a dunker, but Anderson will pick his spots nicely and then displays great shot selection.
The Kings trail by 19. Joseph looking around. Now here's Bazemore. Defense is right there. And here's Barnes for three. Cans it from downtown. Barnes has got 12.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Pass to Morant. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Morant. Morant's got his third assist on the night. And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Kings. They trail by 18. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Farrell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Kings shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game. The first one falls. He hits both from the stripe.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Now here's Morant. Tight defense on him.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
1:58 left here in the second. And the dunk by Len.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now here's Morant. He's got 8. Comes up empty down low. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit. Probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much. Count that one.
Much more than just a perimeter threat. Morant loves to sneak inside and do damage.
Barnes against Brooks. A drive by Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Hits the three-point bomb. 10 points for Tyus Jones.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Here's Farrell. He has 6. This one for 3. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut back down to 14 on those points from Barnes.
His three-point game is heating up. That's his second 3 of the quarter, 3rd overall.
Right side Jackson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
I tell you, Jackson is an aggressive player, always seeking out contact, especially while he's shooting.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line. That's good from Jackson. And so Jackson nails both of them. And here's Barnes for 3. Oh, he hit it!
Oh,
He hit it!
What a great shot! Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
And you see this so often, league-wide, ending the period with a three-point attempt.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Jonas, you guys got off to a strong start. How important was it to set the tone early?
You know, we came out with a different energy. We said it's enough to struggle from the start. You know, we got to focus and play good starts.
That is where it all starts. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It's Memphis out in front at the half. They have a 13-point lead. And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to that lead.
And over to Kenny now. Your take on the Kings.
Well, it's almost impossible to catch up if you keep fouling. They need to be the team getting to the foul line at a higher rate in the second half. That means driving to the basket, hitting the cutters, slicing to the basket. Anything going to the basket is your friend.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And, you know, Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. On the floor for Sacramento, Giles is out there with Bielitz. Then there's Harrison Barnes. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Joseph in at the 1. Nailed from three-point land.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
And so Sacramento again turning it over.
And checking out the numbers for Joseph, how he did last season. Averaged 6 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or 2 every game.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all they need, especially in tight games. 1 or 2 plays can make all the difference.
Now here's Anderson. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
An intelligent player who makes quality NBA caliber plays. It's nice to see Kyle Anderson get on the roll.
Outside, Joseph. Clock at 6. A three from Barnes. Valanciunas grabs the board.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Rock solid start for them. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
The Kings trail by 21.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
Now here's Barnes. He's got 20. Drills it from outside. Bogdanovich has got 6 points.
The three-point shot is wet. Bogdanovich looking calm, cool, and collective whenever he pulls up from there.
Here's Melton. He's got 12. The rebound by Giles. Outside, Joseph. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And a quick look now at how the Memphis Grizzlies schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, the Los Angeles Lakers will come into town. Then on Monday, they'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta.
Yeah, and Kevin, this is going to be a very trying part of the schedule for them. More than a fair share of road games on the dock for the team, and have not had an easy time finding success away from home.
Here's Melton. 6 to shoot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds, but then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
And the first one at the line is good. He's perfect from the line this time. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. There's the pass to Bogdanovich. And Giles now top of the key. Lets the three fly, and Bogdanovich gets the three. Bogdanovich has got 9.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Morant. The teardrop falls in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Left side, Joseph. Inside. Just 5 to shoot. That's tipped. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Melton passes to Morant. Floats one up. Here's Valanciunas, and he converts the layup. Valanciunas has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Now he's going to be walking a tight line. I mean, one more foul, and his night is a wrap.
And here are the Grizzlies now. They're on a 14-6 run. Now Morant. 15 points in the game. And that one drops. He's got 17.
That jumper is just looking clean, confident. Very little that Morant can't do.
So the Kings call timeout, their first.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Fields checked in for Bogdanovich. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
And here are the Kings now. And Joseph kicks to Barnes. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Oh, that's a nice play from Barnes. Putting enough pressure on the D that time, and they were forced to foul and give him a chance at the line.
Sacramento shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
And he makes the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Memphis leading by 21. Brooks outside. Out left to the wing. Morant kicks to Brooks. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
You see the confidence rising? I mean, when Brooks is firing away like this, keep feeding him.
Joseph with the ball. Here's Barnes. That one rolling around and rims out.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now here's Joseph. Hield outside. Fires for 3. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
One of the most lethal shooters in the league. All he'll needs is a little daylight, and he's set.
Pass to Valanciunas. A fader. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And it's Barnes with the ball for the King. To the left wing. And here is Joseph. Back to Barnes. Valanciunas grabs the board.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Melton. Passes it to Valanciunas.
In his native Lithuania, Jonas Valanciunas is the star for his national team. Making his debut at age 19, becoming the leader for his country.
It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Alex Len's checked in for Sacramento. Valanciunas hits them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Outside, Joseph. Shot clock at 6. Got a piece of it. It's Bielitsa, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Bielitsa's got his first basket of the night.
We've seen Bielitsa make this shot before. Even when the D is there, he stays focused on the basket.
And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
Now here's Joseph. Barnes outside. From 12 feet out, again, Sacramento.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
Left side, Joseph. Now the dish to Len. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And looking at some numbers for Anderson, how he performed last season. He put up about 8 points a game last season, 6 rebounds and 3 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him. And another in the long line of big men who can drain the three. That makes him a very tough cover.
Pass to Len. Over Valanciunas. Len's shot is off.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Now here's Joseph. He's tightly guarded, knocked away. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. And some changes here for the Kings. Ken Bazemore comes in for Bielitsa. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Corey Joseph. Land against Valanciunas, and the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his first foul. Brooks checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jackson against Barnes. Over Jackson. Sacramento again missing.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
All the officials are all over that one.
First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. Here's Ferrell. 6 points for him. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul. Healed outside. Back to Ferrell. Deflects the pass. Barnes passes to Ferrell. Shot clock at 5. Will it go? Sinks the three-pointer. Ferrell's got 9.
Well, he's not going to get an easier look than that. You don't need to double team him, but you can't leave him all alone.
Jones kicks to Brooks. The pass to Jones. And that's a foul called on Yogi Ferrell. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Jones finds Jang. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. On the basket by Jones. 13 points in the game.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. get out there on him.
Farrell passes to Barnes. Over Jackson. Barnes can't get it to go.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Brooks outside. Basket Chang. Fader on the way. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Farrell. 9 points in the game so far. Healed outside. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Jang. Outside, Jones. Brooks against Barnes. Outside, Jackson. Shoots over Bazemore. And the shot is long. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Passes it to Barnes. Healed outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Hield's got 6 points in the quarter.
What timing from Hill. Love how he sizes up these opportunities as the pass is coming his way.
We've got 33 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. And that one falls for Jones. Bogdanovich is checked in for Sacramento. He makes 1 of 2 that time. For Sacramento, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Hits it from three-point range.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
To him, Greg, the basket looks as big as the ocean right now. I mean, that's how easy he's making it look.
Connects from three-point range. 10 points for Josh Jackson.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game, but you can see why after that sequence.
Barnes looking around. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Oh, you love seeing this from Barnes. When he's being aggressive on offense, he's capable of owning games.
And at the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Grizzlies opening up a huge gap. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Oh, yeah, no need for hero ball there. I mean, you just need to make the right basketball play. Outstanding dish that time.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. We've got Morant, Josh Jackson out there with Brooks. Then it's Gorgie Dang, and it's Jones in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Yeah, he's like a surgeon down low operating in the paint. He is incredibly effective there.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Feeds it to Barnes. Over Jackson. That's good from Barnes on the assist from Bogdanovich. 28 points for Barnes.
Look, he pounces on the chance when the D falls asleep. Easy 2.
And the call will be against Alex Len. That's foul number 2 for him. Today, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver talking about that it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones and those things wouldn't help that. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
You mean with my nephews and nieces and friends that are younger and kids walking across the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways?
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know, Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, yeah, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle, Kevin.
Jones, no one around him. Off target from outside. And the Kings shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Down low, it's stolen by Jones. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Here's Morant. It's rebounded by Farrell. Bogdanovich against Jackson. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Pass to Len. Here's Farrell, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. A negotiating concession the league wants from the Players Union. Prospect attendance, Chris, at the draft combine and team-wide access to player physicals.
Well, this is a tough one because I don't think that a team that is not interested in you should have your physical. And we all know that information is shared, and so it should be genuine in the teams that are truly interested. And so I understand agents holding back on that. Medical information is something very serious that just because you have an opportunity to be drafted, your information shouldn't be spread all across the world just because you're at a combine. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but basically you just want a level playing field for everyone. And if we have that, it'll be better for everyone.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Kyle Anderson comes in for Brooks, and it's DeAnthony Melton in for Tyus Jones. Good on both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Now here's Morant. D right on him. No good. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Farrell, outside Bogdanovich. Bazemore on the wing. Over Morant. Bazemore gets the bucket.
And it's getting late, guys, but all of a sudden they have hope when just a little while ago it looked like hope was lost.
Here's Morant. There's the steal. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. First one falls for him. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Valanciunas is checked in. The Kings also at the sub. Bielitsa. He checks in for Kent Bazemore. And so he hits both.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Melton. He's covered by Bogdanovich. And Valanciunas kicks to Morant. Tipped away. And Memphis with another turnover here.
An easy pass turns into a terrible turnover. And that's a possession wasted.
Sacramento making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. Outside Bogdanovich. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Left side, Joseph. The three. The Grizzlies pull it in. Anderson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jackson from long range. And the layup's good off the glass. Valanciunas has got 9 points here in the second half.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Kings.
Bounce pass, Joseph. Outside, Bogdanovich. Back to Joseph. Barnes outside. Clock at 4. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And the Grizzlies leading by 18. Here's Melton. To the inside. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Oh, he uses his physical tools to the fullest when attacking the defense. That's a heads-up play by Valanciunas.
Now, here's Joseph. Here's Barnes. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
And Jackson is an impressive defender, using his huge wingspan to turn away shots.
He kicks it to Morant. Inside, Anderson. And finished off by Anderson.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
Here's Giles. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Yes, there is that transition from being a player to retirement. It can be a challenge for some. What were the keys that you found in succeeding at that?
Well, first I think is adjusting to the fact you don't have the same schedule. You don't have a physical release that you used to have. You miss the locker room and the camaraderie with all the guys, and so you miss the culture. But secondly, I would say take all the lessons that you learned, and for me this was big, from sports, and use them in business. So in business, I became a rookie in other areas. I found a Chris Mullin type in business. I found a Latrell Sprewell type, guys that would mentor you, guys that you would play on their team. Humble yourself, get back to it. Get to practice, get to meetings early, stay at practice late, stay at meetings, and be the last one that leaves. And just take the culture of basketball, infuse that athletic personality into the personality of whatever you go into next. And you can use those tenets to have a wonderful retirement and really enjoy it. So for me, it's been awesome. And by the way, I've had twins, and so since retiring, and that'll keep you just as busy as it was you were playing. So you can find ways to keep that same lifestyle.
That's right, and some sound advice, too. Fields checked in for Sacramento. And the pass to Anderson. Here's Valanciunas. He's covered by Joseph. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Morant. Valanciunas has got 6 here in this quarter. Kings have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Pass to Barnes. And Chris, underclassmen entering the draft, they can now hire agents, get help attending workouts, and still retain their eligibility. Do you like that move?
I love the move, Kevin. You know what it does? It helps less to fall by the wayside. So you come out of college, you don't know how good you are. You don't, it's based off ego, how hard you worked, family and friends telling you, go, get the money, but what's your testing ground? You don't know. You don't have a full context. So I love the fact that it lets you go out there and see, and if you have any trepidation, go back to school. You got another year. So, yes, I love this move.
Excellent. We have extra.
After a monster first half from three-point range, I mean, things have dried up for him here in the second.
Melton passes to Anderson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Memphis the rebound, and he drops it in from the low post. Anderson's got 10 points here in the second half.
With the long frame and adequate strength. I mean, Anderson, he one-ups the defender on that shot.
Barnes against Jackson. Now, here's Bielitsa. Not a lot of room.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
free throw missing. Just regarding the overstated pre-draft concerns about Luka Doncic. Even as the game goes international, it seemed like many GMs are scared to go all in on European players.
And rightfully so. It's a new area, and if they're not immersed into the culture, it may be a little more trepidation on that end. But I would just say, just look at the really the great stories, whether you're talking about the Vlade Divas or the Sabos that came into the game, and even if you go to Marshall Lonis, Dirk Nowitzki, yeah, come on, Porzingis. We got a lot of great players from overseas that have shown us that they can make the way. But the mistake would be is thinking just because someone lives close to them, they would have the game of a Dirk Nowitzki, and that's not true. So you need to do your due diligence, but I think European players have already proved the type of heart, skill set, and mindset that they come to this game with, which is at the top.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. See, Webb, if we lower the draft age back to 18, the league will take a larger role developing high school players. Your thoughts?
Well, I think it could be a safety net. You know, so many kids are vulnerable at this time, and they don't have a system, and that's why everything's kind of been messed up for players trying to figure out what is the correct system. How do I really get immersed? I want to be in the NBA. What is the right way? And I think the younger you are, with the more direction that you have, it can only turn out to be a safer process, I would hope.
And getting better pro-level training, too, coaching.
Yeah, pro-level training, pro-level knowledge, pro-level relationships. I think it's a great thing by the league.
Barnes can't get it to go.
He hasn't been able to find any kind of groove this quarter. I mean, it seems like he's been running on fumes since halftime.
Joseph has an open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Facilitating from the inside. I mean, that can be a valuable asset from any offense.
Pass to Morant. Over Joseph. And that one's good. Morant's got 19 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Poor rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
Now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Up top, Heel. Jacks up a three. Comes up empty, 7 for 15 with that miss. And the Grizzlies leading by 19 points. Here's Melton. Brooks outside. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Absolutely relentless. Driving to the rim. Brooks wasn't going to be denied.
Joseph dishes to Barnes. And along with the association, we've seen the growth of the G League, the WNBA, the 2K League. Chris, which of those have you followed the most?
Well, first let me say I should have been drafted by the 2K League because I'm really nice. Matter of fact, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I will beat you in the game that I'm talking on right now. And secondly,
I know you will.
I love the WNBA, from Lisa Leslie to Cheryl Swoops to my girl Candace Parker. Are you kidding me? The skill set of these ladies, oh, they have game. And I can't say I follow one the most because even the G League and their all-star game I follow. Right now it's a great time for hoops, and all three of these leagues I'm in on.
Oh, good on that one.
And one of the younger players to enter the 2019 draft, Morant, wise beyond his years.
And the second free throw, good. Now Joseph. Kicks it to Heel. On the wing, Barnes. Over Brooks. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Heel. Heald's got 3 assists now in this one. And the Grizzlies leading by 20. 1:46 left to play here in the fourth. Barnes against Brooks. Lock at 6. Pass to Morant. There's the triple, and he's good on the 3-ball. Morant's got 13 points in the second half.
An improved playmaker who does a solid job distributing the rock. Don't sleep on Brooks' vision.
The pass to Hield. Chris, it seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
You know, I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because, it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller, it's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we could win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just based in our hope and will for the team. So you definitely want to keep teams straight. You want to keep them honest. And I think the league could find a way to step in but not step on the toes of ownership.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they wanted.
Now here's Morant. Valanciunas inside. Left side, Anderson. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Barnes left side. Hield outside. Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Hill doesn't fear anyone. Phenomenal at keeping his eyes on the rim. He enjoys sinking these tough shots.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set a screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.